Okay, hello. We're ready to go, and it's time for another Alliance live show. You like how that rhymes? We're ready to go with 118. So I mean, we're 56 weeks in a year. So we're over 2 years of this show now, right, Maurice?
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's awesome. I can't believe it. I mean, and we've definitely missed a few episodes here and there, so it's definitely been a long time. I'm glad that some of you have stuck around since the beginning, and since my my early days of just making videos on my cell phone in my car, and I'm glad that here now we have a show every Sunday with a competent group of folks that are dedicated every week to coming here, and they really make the show what it is. It's a lot of fun, and we do cover a lot of different topics that you don't really see in a lot of other places, and we try to kind of hit some things that not everybody talks about, and we have a little bit of all different types of players here, so it's great, and some of the best personalities on YouTube in this game are here every Sunday. So I'm glad to stream with these guys every week. But first and foremost, let me introduce these folks. The gentleman directly above me on the screen, and a much more handsome fellow than I am. Good old Maurice. From the Operation
pull my camera down a little bit. Again.
What's going on, buddy?
What's up? Looking at the crown of my head. Here we go. Fix that. How's it going?
Pretty good. And then we also have the lovely and talented Avinash from the Boba's Alliance. How's it going, Abby?
It's doing great. Thanks for having me again.
Of course. I mean, at this point, we're not having you. You're just here to stay. At this point, this is.
Yeah, it's been a year actually.
This is your job now. Okay,
yep.
So you just
yep.
You just don't make any money from it. So I mean, but you're dedicated. No, but that's cool. I mean, listen, really, we just do this for fun. I mean, there's no. Other reason, and last but not least, of course, another gentleman who spends a lot of time streaming, and I'm thankful that he finds the time to come here every week. Also, RangerJ1999. How you doing, buddy?
I am so amazing. It's unbelievable. I have spoken.
No, I mean, listen, he really is, though. I mean, this guy, streams for years now, and he's definitely not in it for the financial gain of it. He's in it for
who cares about financial gain? Yeah, that's
Listen, I don't doubt that you have to make some money to spend all the time that you do doing this, but what I'm saying is however, what I'm saying is that you do the charity streams, you do a lot of cool stuff, man. So it's
we try, yeah, but I still would like to make money. I mean, the hookers and blow dream is still alive as far as I'm concerned. So ever reach that status, that's the way I'm going out in style. So
what I'm saying is that basically. These people go out of their way to do a lot of different things. I know Maurice does these, on the Operation Metaverse. They have these workshops that they do on Discord, and we do roster reviews on here. We do, lots of, everybody here spends a lot of time outside of just the show here doing things to help people out in the community, which is awesome. You know what I'm saying? Abby, too. I know she spends many hours a week just dealing with people. So
that's because she's got 10 accounts.
No, actually, I reduced my account by 2, so I'm working on it.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. That's because she has 8 accounts.
Yeah. What's up, Jedi Gunny? What's up, DJ?
A plethora of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes play on Avinash's daily grind. I can barely hang on to one, and y'all still did the ball with it. 8 accounts. You're a madman. You're a mad woman.
What's up? What's up, Daniel McCracken, DJ, DSP, Jedi Gunny, / Van Rhodes. What's going on, guys? So we're here, kind of, in a point where the game is kind of weird, right? Because, and this is kind of what I wanted to discuss today, is I feel like this is abnormally quiet. You know,
the calm before the storm.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah, so I was just going to say too.
Isn't, I mean, we have a saga film coming out in literally 30 days, right? And there's nothing. You know what I'm saying? We haven't heard anything. It's kind of weird.
I'm honestly hoping they're not going to release a whole bunch of stuff in the game all at once. Remember, last year they did this. Starting in about mid-October, they started releasing tune after tune after tune and all kinds of legendaries and everything happening up through the end of January.
But that would make sense. Mid-October, yes. I mean, we're at, you know, we're heading into the end of November, and we have heard nothing about anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of weird. I mean, you know, normally at this point, you know, we'd at least be getting our first starter character. Like, they'd be giving us the free, like, Sith Trooper, you know, to mess around with. That's going to lead to something else later on. And like I said, I mean, we know that we're getting, you know, new Rey. You know, we're probably going to get new Kylo. They definitely didn't redesign these characters every single movie for no reason. You know, they did that to sell merch, right? So they're doing that new Kylo Ren with the crystallized mask. You know, maybe even a light side version of Kylo Ren. And then we have Rey with the Jedi, and then we've seen Rey in the trailers with a double-bladed red lightsaber. So, I mean, again, I think that might probably be a vision, and, you know, we probably won't get a character like that. But what I'm saying, however, is that there's been literally zero mentioned about Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, period, in this game. And, you know, I remember when Rogue One was coming out, we got Scarif Rebel Pathfinder like 6 months in advance. You know, they started giving us one shard a day. Remember? You know, but we haven't heard anything about the last movie that might ever exist about the Skywalker family, which is coming out in less than a month, or a little bit. Yeah, a little bit over. Is it the 17th of next month, or is it the 21st? I forget.
It's like a month away.
Literally a month away. So I mean, we've heard nothing. And we've also gotten nothing in the way of news about. So this, you know, we've got nothing in the news as far as the light side territory battles. That was supposed to happen today or yesterday, whenever this one launched. So we've gotten nothing. I mean, you know, nothing about. You know, we just had a marquee event with the General Grievous ship again with the Malevolence, right? So we were able to see it again. They teased us with it. But again, there's no news about that. So I don't know. I mean, I feel like it's a really weird time for them to be extremely quiet. And it's kind of indicative to me of, like, you know, I hope not, but it seems like it may be indicative of, like, what's going on with the game in general. So, I mean, I don't know. But it's not good. You know, I don't know why. You know, either they're not... Because if they were hands-on, going all out on this game right now, you know, there would be stuff. You know, I mean, there'd be teasers, there'd be posts, there'd be comments, there'd be, you know, Q&As. You know, and maybe this is just, you know, the first year that they don't have the game changers, so that may be part of what that has to do with it. But, I mean, they're still giving news out on the Galactic, you know, War Report. So, I mean, like, you know, why don't we have a podcast that's telling us what's going on? Because obviously that's the best way to release this information is podcast form for a visual game. But I mean, like, you know, I don't know. I just don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. You would think that they'd be trying to sell Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker right now. You know,
I agree. Yeah, with to have just a little bit of teasers. You know, maybe show us the backside of, like, some of the characters that might be released or something. Just the backside of it, or shadows or something. There's nothing. And I don't know if it's because they're scared to say anything, because so far anything that they've been wanting to put out has had to be pushed back in terms of release and everything. So I don't know if they want to, like, keep quiet in regards to that, but we need something to hold on to, because a lot of people are like, man, I don't know if I want to continue this game anymore. There is nothing going on. The content sucks. Haven't heard a thing, and it's just not fun anymore.
Well, that's right. Tony Richards mentioned here that Capital Games is working on another game in the background at the studio, which is something that also, is kind of new. So I wonder how much time they're really spending into, how much manpower they're putting into that right now. But nonetheless, I mean, obviously this is a Star Wars game. This demands time and effort, and it's been one of the top producers financially for Electronic Arts for years now, and it's still one of the top producers on the app stores. So, I mean, I don't imagine they're just going to abandon it. So I don't understand why. Again, we're coming into 30 days away from a Star Wars movie, and we have nothing. And DSP's right. I mean, I understand that they can't. Maybe they don't want to tease anything or spoil anything for the movie, and that's why they're not releasing any information about the upcoming characters. But if you remember, there's still a ton of characters that we never got from episode 7 or 8. We still don't have Hux. We still don't have Snoke. We still don't have Praetorian Guards. There's tons of ships they could release. There's a lot of stuff that they could bring out that they haven't done from the previous films. I mean, there's a lot of First Order characters they could release. There's some secondary characters. I mean, there's obviously, we could get that guy DJ, the guy from the guy that what's his name played?
Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro played. So I mean, there could definitely be some characters in this game that we just haven't seen. And for some reason, nothing. Not even a word, I
think it's the calm before the storm, and I know that we're getting light sight soon, and so I'm just saying that
they're behind,
They're so far behind,
Well, I mean, Top Hat said on that podcast that they're shooting for November, mid to late-ish November, and if you look at the schedule, like this upcoming TV was left blank, so I guess. Like, if they had the light side done in time, I guess they'd slot that in, but it doesn't look like they did because it's 12 hours from now we get another dark side Geonosis. So, I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I'd rather them take their time on the territory battles, right? I'd rather them just...
But I mean, let's be real here. How much time does it take to make another territory battles? You know what I'm saying? They've already created the design. It's not like
right. And the last one was broken. The last one the last one broke, and we all had to gear up all these characters that we don't even need anymore. Like we now all of us have on our roster all these Geonosians Gear 12 plus. We have Dooku at Gear 12, Gear 13. We got Newt Gunray Gear 12, Gear 13. All these characters. We got Captain Han. We've got Stark. We've got all these characters that were forced to farm for these TVs that are eventually just released from the requirements. So I don't want to farm any more characters specifically for territory battles, only to have them not needed for territory battles. So I'd rather them take their time and get it right. Like if I have to farm some obscure character for the territory battles, I want to make sure that that character stays required. Like I don't, the whole guild has to farm this character, and the whole guild does it. And then if you don't need it, like I am not very optimistic that all these requirements be put back into TV. We still don't have Captain Han and Stark in these old missions, right?
Right.
So, like, if you guys are in smaller guilds, you've got a huge benefit. You can just go into Geonosis TV without any of the characters any of us had to farm, So, I mean, I'm not, grouchy about it. I mean, that's helpful, I guess, but...
It's helpful because there's... quite a few of the factions and toons that just can't make it through territory battles. So by having the Geonosians and, at least you'll have about 4 teams, solid teams that you can use through territory battles.
Yeah, all the characters were good this time. I'll say that. I will agree with you there, but still, I mean, if I could have just amped up some of my existing teams, like if I could have really decked out my First Order bounty hunters, opposed to just getting an entire Geonosian faction ready, that'd be helpful if I was a newer player, maybe like the 2 to 3 million GP range.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Maybe something competitive to use in these missions, at least get the currency flowing.
Where's Arc Trooper?
He'd probably come with...
won't come until they're ready to release Last Sight TV.
I don't know, man. I'm what I'm saying is that I feel like of course they've never been amazing at communication throughout all the years, but I mean I feel like the communication was definitely better when Carrie was there. You know what I'm saying? And maybe I'm nuts. I mean, again, there are some things that just seem to be out of place at this moment. I mean, as far as communication is concerned. I mean, and maybe that's because maybe that's by design. Maybe they just don't want to release information at the moment, and that's part of what they're doing. But I mean, I know that Crumb is also part of the releasing of information, and and it's not just on Top Hat to release information at the moment. So I don't know. I just feel like why haven't we gotten like a puzzle or a hint or any kind of communication at all? I mean, we should not be going through 2 weeks straight here with no communication from the developers at all. I mean, this is a live service.
No, you're right. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, something has to be done all the time, whether it's just talking to the players or whatever it is that they need to do. It's the contact needs to be constant. You can't just go dark, basically, with no communications, because that's like people are like scratching their heads wondering what in the world is going on, what's going to be released, and there's no answers. There's just nothing. And a lot of people are like, "Wow, man, I'm just getting so bored with the game." And it's like, don't quit. We had enough people doing that recently.
I mean, there's stuff going. Listen, they're not like completely silent. I mean, there's stuff on the forums about like, adjusting and making corrections, right? Like, so there's stuff here about Grand Arena Championship rewards, November calendar changes. Here on the 14th, it says Dark Side Territory Battles was added to 11/18. Territory War 99 and 100 was removed.
Yeah, that's communication, but it's not communication. It's not the right communication.
But I mean, it's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is like, normally at this point, they would start to be planting the seeds for something coming up, and I feel like the last meaningful communication that we got was, probably on November 1st with that developer Q&A, and then really prior to that, you're looking at I mean, the last time they made like a real announcement, I mean, did we ever get the I know we got a State of the Galaxy. Did they ever give us the anniversary rewards?
Nope.
No. They're just.
I mean, we're past the anniversary at this point.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No,
we're not past the anniversary yet.
Okay, maybe it's next week.
We're very, very close.
Yeah, we're getting there, but not quite there yet.
Yeah. But besides, have we gotten a besides the State of the Galaxy, have we gotten a quarterly report yet?
I don't think so, man. I think it's Road Ahead, State of the Galaxy, State of the Galaxy, State of the Galaxy, Road Ahead.
Right. We haven't gotten a Road Ahead in a while.
Yeah, every 3 or 4 months. I guess every 3 months we're gonna do that, and then the State of the Galaxies are the in betweens.
Yeah.
But like I kind of like Abby's idea. Just like show us a completely dark silhouette with no other information. At least that gives us something to like speculate on these shows about. Just don't show any abilities. Don't show anything at all. Just show the silhouette of the character. Kind of like they did with like that General Skywalker video. They showed like his silhouette in the shadows. Like that was cool. But then at the very end of the video, they just showed him anyway. So,
yeah.
Show us like somebody standing in the shadow, or just a character model with no details whatsoever. Like just something for us to whisper and basically be wrong about. So I mean, just because right now there's nothing even really to talk about on these streams. I mean, we're pretty much talking about how there's nothing to talk about. It's
yeah. Large Marge. Do you guys ever watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
With the bicycle?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Large Marge is that chick he takes a ride with in the truck, and then she's not real. She's like a ghost. Yeah.
Large Marge.
There's still going on in the game. We're talking about Pee-wee's Playhouse, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So
it's a picture of me without my bike.
I mean, there is stuff. there is some stuff to talk about. We have.
I know.
we have some. So, I guess they're fixing some stuff. So, they're what's the execution squad?
The feat for, I think it's the one with Phasma and Executioner, yeah?
Yeah, you got that, and then you got the 2 Kylos, and they had the military one before that, so I've been knocking out all of those feats, so.
Are you guys all, where are you guys at with Wat Tambor?
I'm just gearing him right now. He's 6 stars. I need 2 more TVs to get him to 7 with the drop rate that we've been getting, and then he'll be 7 stars. I've got him gear 9, almost 10. Goddamn Kyber attacks.
I've got 1 more piece of gear to get him to G13. He's 7 stars.
I'm glad that we're I think I'm at 6 stars. We're on our way there. If they do this territory battles that we're doing now, there's no restrictions again.
As far as we know, they said they were going to have the 1 territory battle have no restrictions, and then they were going to be able to fix it and put it back, not necessarily exactly the way it was, but to have some of the restrictions put back in. But there's been nothing, absolutely nothing said about it. So
Captain Hahn's still waiting for that one time to finish for his Hawk battle. So
yeah, exactly. So, that's going to be kind of nice. It does make it easier for a lot of people to be able to get a little bit more Watt shards and stuff like that. So it was fun doing the accolade battle with my Sith Empire and just put it on auto.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely increases our Watt shards too, so that's great. You know, so I think if we have 2 more territory battles like that, I mean, we'll probably be almost at 7 stars.
yeah, I think it'll probably take us 3. I think we've got 3 of 100 right now, so we'd have to be almost flawless for 2. Even without the restrictions, there's RNG.
Right.
Even without the restrictions, you can still get in there and have Shock T hanging out in the final phase. You're like, it's just, we're going to get the hard boss. So Daniel McCracken says a couple of Barry McCocketer and Daniel McCracken both said November 24th is the anniversary. And Daniel also said he saw them say restrictions are back. So
where was this at? Because I haven't heard or seen anything yet, unless.
What's up, McFlies?
McFly.
Iota sandbag your guild in TW? Aw, cheeky cutie.
Yep.
Sandbagging.
You got to reach out.
Listen, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with not forcing people to go into TW. If people don't like it, I mean, I personally don't care about it. And I think that if you want to go in there with 45, that's fine. If you want to go in there with 40, that's fine. If you want to go in there with 50, be ready for a battle.
Well, they hold them on
cheeky. Yeah.
Especially on the weekends, it's harder for TW. People that can play have more free time, but a lot of people have families and stuff, and or they have like events going on. They just that's the weekend, right? And a full TW is a full commitment. So we've had like people that have like 1 or 2 people each of these last TW like, hey, can't make it this weekend. I've got a family reunion or something like that. So
right. Well, and they moved it a little bit to where your attack day was on Sunday.
Yeah, that's even worse.
So, and that was even worse. And it's like, and in my guilds, it's like, man, we got stuff to do on the weekends. I don't want attack day. So I'm not signing up, or I've got things to do, or I signed up, but I've decided I'm not going to help out. So it's like, whoa, crap. Yeah, it's been some interesting TWs on the weekends lately.
So Cheeky never worked at CG. You're thinking of
crazy excuses.
That worked at CG.
Yeah.
So she still works there, I believe. So, but Cheeky is a wild New Zealander. I actually got to meet Cheeky in person at in Manhattan about a month ago, 2 months ago. Probably more than that now, maybe 2-3 months ago. But yeah, so he's saying that the update on the 14th had the information about it.
Oh wow, I missed it then.
But yeah,
Yeah, I confess not really being too savvy on what's going on. They ruined my favorite game mode, so I'm not too savvy on.
They ruined Grand Arena Championships for you?
Yeah.
What do you have a problem? Why do you hate Grand Arenas?
Because everybody gets a trophy now. Everybody.
Well, you still got to win, but I mean.
Yeah, but you can lose 4 or 5 times now and still make Kyber.
If it makes you feel better, good on Maurice. I probably will get it, but I'm going to go undefeated. So if I go undefeated, will it be okay?
Yes, yeah. Well, yes. My opinion of the entire game mode purely hinges on Ranger's performance in the next next 2 battles.
If I win all my battles, or say I go 11-1 and get it, will that still be okay?
Yeah, just like I said in our stream, it pisses me off.
I know.
But if it keeps people engaged and is healthy for the game, I won't. I can just pout quietly in the corner.
That's right.
If people are quitting purely because Grand Arena's pissed them off and they're super frustrated with it.
I'm trying to understand why they gave so much more points for winning.
And
I don't understand that one. I don't get right.
It looks like we're getting the same amount of feats. The feats are different. It looks like we're getting the same point wise. Like maybe I was like, well, maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. And it's like a short season. Maybe there's only 9 battles. It looks to be 12.
Yeah, it's got 19 days. Yeah, so it's the full 4. So I mean, it's a few hundred extra banners for winning, right? Instead of what was it, 1,000? It's 1,300, I believe, something like that.
It's almost 7. It's over 7,000 extra banners throughout the course of the tournament. You get 613 extra per battle if you win. You get 600 for winning, and then there's like a random 13.
Provided you win, right? You got to win to get.
Yeah, you do have to win. Yes. If you lose, then then it's
and how you win too makes a big difference. If you just barely get squeak by and don't clear, So it was just weird. I saw that and I was like, okay. It's like you add ships, you take Zetas away, and I don't get it. I mean, those people that work on ships, I mean, they're getting some nice rewards from it if you're winning. But
Krub's forum post about that was classic. It was basically like, yeah, I see you guys, basically complaining about the rewards. Just want to verify that yes, you guys can read. Thank you for playing. It's just like basically like this was intended, guys. Oh, was it? Oh, thanks. You hear? I've never heard of anybody ever say I love the Grand Arena rewards, and then they give us shit omegas. I don't know.
Well, I think, those are our complaint about the previous GAC was that the overall where you finished up didn't really matter because it was like a couple hundred more, or depending on where you landed, right? It's more about bragging rights, but it was these individual Zetas and stuff that you got from the actual 30 rounds and stuff that came along with it that were really big, right? And now we're getting ship stuff, which is like, some people might be happy about that, but I don't know. I mean,
I want my Zetas, darn it.
GAC rewards suck balls. Let's just be real.
Now, if this is the trend, if I recall correctly, there was it might have been the 3vs3 version, didn't give any Zetas,
yeah.
Megas. Like it gave
you're right. You're right, yeah. Oh, yeah, there was a big think about that.
So all of you guys wishing for 3vs3, I would go ahead and anticipate, if this is the trend they're going to continue, that there's not going to be any Zetas in that one either.
No.
So
be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, this time around, I had my GAC opponent contact me going, wow, you laid quite an interesting defense, and I'm really interested in how you come up with that. And I looked to see what I did, and I totally forgot to set defense. So, so the computer did it itself, and I went, wow, those are some interesting teams. He said he can't clear me. It's just...
Sometimes that happens where it just works out that the teams that he created they're
he's really mad at me because he can't clear.
How dare you not do anything and not let me win?
It was like, oh my God, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't forget to set defense, because I kind of rotate my accounts. I don't do them all the time.
What's worst about that is now you don't have your offensive teams. They're all There's nothing I can use. It's just totally stripped.
But honestly, I do GAC because I have fun with the fans. I know you do. I mean, I win a lot. It's not about that. Just interacting with the fans, talking about their
roster. Like we built all these characters for years and years and years. It's the only place we can use them. Like I don't. Yeah, the rewards suck, but I'm going to play it anyway just because I've built them for 4 years. I want to use them. it's of course I'm competitive and want to win, sure, but I mean, it's fun. Like I lost today, and reached out to my opponent. We're exchanging stuff back and forth. Good people. Just meeting people, talking, trying to get better at the game, and I like that aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
They've actually arranged a sleepover party for Thursday night.
Yes. Yeah. My opponent's coming all the way from Scandinavia. And he's gonna hang out.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
They're gonna play Canasta and
yeah. I'm gonna climb the attic and get out the old Crossfire game from my childhood.
Right.
Crossfire.
I am amazed at the.
They're gonna run the Crocodile Mile in the backyard.
Oh Lord.
I am really amazed about at the top of the GAC that how many players actually don't play. They'll sign up, but that's all they do.
I think there's a lot of people going for that Carbonite reward this time.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat just mentioned it too, so Durgan there. So,
Which I guess something's better than nothing, but.
Yeah. I think they just kind of I don't want to deal with this, so they'll just set what they set, and then they just don't fight at all. They just don't.
I've been lucky. Everybody I've been facing, they want to fight, and they're just outclassed. And but it's been some good fights and stuff. So I've been enjoying that about the GSC. But we always complain about the World Wars because that's all we can do because they're not going to change it anytime soon. That is. So.
Yeah,
all right.
I'd rather than keep the rewards kind of minimal until if they can finally pin down a solution to the hacking and the cheating and stuff, then maybe they could look into increasing the rewards. But I don't want them to increase it just to encourage more people to manipulate the game. So
this other game that people are playing, the championships game or the whatever it's called, I honestly don't remember.
The dragon one.
Is it Dragon Champions? Dragon Champions.
Something.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah,
that game. Don't they have tournaments in that game?
Yes.
No idea.
Like actual tournaments where you get character shards when you win.
Well, it's very similar to the old tournament Star Wars had.
And do they have a problem with it, like with cheating and all that stuff?
I don't know. That's ultimately what made me quit that game. Is the load times are unbearable for those tournaments. Like they have tournaments. I don't know every day, but I feel like at least 3-4 days a week. There's multiple tournaments running. So it's like two or three tournaments running, and you got 5 battles each. Like if you guys if people play that, it's very similar to like Strike Force and the Blitz kind of. It's like a 24 hours a day you have to play it to be competitive. I played it for 2-3 weeks. It's the same game as this. It's the exact same thing. I might as well just start an alt. It's the same game as this with tournaments.
I can't get into it because I don't care about any of the characters, right? Like I don't like.
Yeah.
The reason I like this game is because they sucked me in with Kylo Ren and all the stuff that
Kylo Ren.
It was like literally Kylo Ren. Ready? You want to hear it?
Yeah, Kylo Ren. You guys want to meet him? It's pretty cool.
You guys want to hear it? Okay, here it goes.
Grandfather, I can finish what you started.
It's a pretty good Kylo Ren.
It's a pretty good Kylo Ren.
Sounds like Kylo Ren, obviously. It's like if Kylo Ren was from Long Island.
Hey, you bastards! Hey, get out of here, you guys.
Yeah, but a lot of people are enjoying that Dragon game. I'm not gonna talk junk about it, but it's just I wasn't for the same reason you said. I wasn't having that much fun with it. It was fun getting all the characters and burning through and getting all the energy, and then the energy starts running out. You start hitting walls. You start running out of credit, just like this game. It's identical to this game in that regard. Once you hit a certain level, 50, 60, the energy starts running low, and then you gotta run out of gear. You gotta start farming gear, and you gotta decide between characters and gear. It's just identical. I can't play 2 games like that. That's just too time consuming.
Yeah.
Grandfather, your mask is old and moldy.
Listen, if you're going to Kylo Ren do it right, I'll show you the dark side.
Yeah, that's the. I mean,
show me.
Durgan says I'll play WoW if I want to level orcs and pandas. Yes.
Yeah.
That's. I have never been a big orc and like drag. I don't really get into the Lord of the Rings. I don't get into the witches.
How
like the
dare
wizards.
you, sir?
Oh my God!
I don't really like that stuff. It's not really my flavor. I prefer lightsabers and other things.
I do have to say I'm a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. However,
Rise of precisely what it means to Frodo Baggins.
However, I mean, listen, shows like Game of Thrones have soured my taste on the entire genre for a little while. I'm so upset with that debacle of a show. I mean, listen, it is what it is. I just, like I said, Lord of the Rings is kind of out of my mind a little bit because of how long ago those movies were. But there is a new series coming out for Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
which should be really cool.
Pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting.
Some people like comic books. Some people like Star Wars and like the space-oriented thing. Some people like the.
Some people like Stick Ray,
I do like a variety of stuff, so I like it all.
Yeah. Some people love that stick.
Yeah, Pizza Hut on the Golden Axe.
You do know, Remon, that I have been. I'm telling you, Remon, I run nothing but Stick Ray on my Resistance down. Use her every GAC in your honor and call her Remon Stick Ray, and she goes in there, and I represent and kick the shit out of stuff with it. Because unlike you, I care about Ray and have 5 mods on her and show her her full potential.
If she's not Relic 7, then you're doing it wrong. Okay?
No, she's Gear 12, and trust what she does fine. Because we always make a bet, like, is she going to one-shot this fully health character? Like, she did. Yep, there she goes.
Yeah. So, no spoilers, but has anybody watched The Mandalorian yet?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. I still haven't seen episode 2. I'm actually gonna watch episode 2 tonight, but
you need to.
The first episode I saw.
Yes.
Yeah. Triple Molly.
Yeah, I got Disney.
Bring some blood down on these fools.
Bring some blood on these fools. I used to love watching his videos, man. Yeah.
Ray's the best. There's no contest. Get out of here with this craziness here. We got Stick Ray. She's going to go in the triple mollywop. And, she didn't do so well, but that's all right. We got 4 out of 5 characters.
So the Lord of the Rings actually has, like, the story that we saw in the trilogy is actually, like, not even as cool as the backstory stuff that we haven't seen. Like, all the stuff that... All
right, let's not get into the Silmarillion.
I'm just saying, I'm not getting
I know, we're not getting into... We're not getting into the 2 lamps, the 2 trees. We're not doing any of that stuff, Rewind.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of cool stuff they can do.
Yes, there is. All right, we're not talking about the fall of Gondolin. Let's leave it at that. All right.
All right, fine. But yeah. So what do you think about the Mandalorian?
It's fantastic. We did a spoiler review yesterday with Gom's partner in crime, TMoney, and we had a bunch of people on and talked about it and discussed it and how much we love it. It's fantastic. It is worth every penny that I don't have to pay for Disney Prime Plus.
Oh yeah. No, I got that, and I'm gonna review it too. I just
it's incredible.
Oh, you're gonna love the second episode, yeah.
Yeah, that's all we'll say about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first episode, I really was just kind of left at the end of the episode, like, because I really liked it anyway, regardless of whether they brought in some sort of a...
Don't say anything, Remon. No one...
No, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just saying, like, regardless of whether they brought in...
I'm trying to save you. I'm just trying to save you. That's all. But
what I'm saying is, I'm saying that regardless of whether they brought in, like, a Jedi or a Sith element to it, I love the aesthetic to the show like crazy.
Yes.
Right? Like, I just love everything about the way they did the any of the species there on the show, the whole Mandalorian and how they like really like are kind of like honing in on the heritage of the Mandalorians and all that stuff is really cool, and just the CGI is amazing for a TV show. I mean, it's clearly got a big budget, and and it's just well done. I feel like, you know, I really enjoyed the first episode a lot. Like, and I wasn't sure I was gonna like it. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad to see like something refreshing and new, and the fact that they know that they can do some really cool stories that don't necessarily have to follow the original saga. You know, so
right.
Even if they decide to do like you know, some sort of tie-in to that, which would be cool too. Obviously,
doesn't it take place like 5 years after
Return of the Jedi? Yeah.
Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to figure out the timeline in regards to
it's 5 years of the Return of the Jedi, and it's in between 6 and 7. So that's all you need to know.
By the way,
Okay.
just so you guys know, and I'm going to throw it out there, it's definitely his son. Just letting you know. Okay? It's definitely his son.
Get out of here! Stop
It's
it!
definitely his son. Just letting you know. Okay?
No, don't stop it.
It's
Stop
definitely
it.
his son. You know, but
I'd like you to apologize to everybody for that.
they have no idea what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But it's definitely when you do watch it, it's definitely his son.
Stop it! That's a bunch of horse shit. Don't listen to Remon. Good lord. I mean, that's like me. This is not a spoiler, but it's like me pretending like it's like, too bad Palpatine was in it, or I would have liked it more. Like, oh, oops, did I say something? No, you made that up. Stop it.
No, you're Jay Solo. You could be right. You could be right. Absolutely, it could be that too. And that's
No, stop it. You're gonna ruin for people that haven't seen it. Stop dicking around.
I don't. If you haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, what's wrong with you? Okay,
They can't because they don't get Disney Plus. You psychopath. They don't have it in Canada.
Okay,
They don't have it in Europe.
First of all, it's free. It's free for everybody who has.
Oh, sure. Break the law if you want to see The Mandalorian.
It's free for everybody who has Verizon Fios. Okay, you can get Disney Plus for a year for free. Okay.
You have fans that can literally not access it yet. So that's what I'm saying.
You're right.
It's not that they don't want to watch it. They literally do not have access to Disney Plus. So.
Yeah, I broke down and paid for Disney
that's true.
for a little while.
It's not even available in Europe, right? It's not available.
No, it's not.
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it sucks. And I know to our European brothers and sisters out there, my heart goes out to you. Write your local Disney company and tell them to get their shit in gear, because oh my lord.
Yeah. No, definitely, he's right though. They definitely avoid writing any spoilers in the chat, so anybody who's watching from Europe can watch it when they get it. So we're also getting the Clone Wars in February too, so that'll be cool. Yeah.
February 15th. So I'm super excited about that as well.
Looking forward to it. Yep. All right, let's move on to the top 5 in meta.
Can we just get the meta? Say it's the same, and then just do top 5? Because, good lord, the meta's the meta.
There was a time when this meta report used to change periodically. You know, and
well, those days of yore are gone, my friend.
I love those times, but it is gradually changing here. I mean, you can see that Darth Revan is slowly like kind of losing his larger piece of the pie. So I mean, again,
slowly surely.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly Padme and General Skywalker. So really, whoever doesn't have a 7-star General Skywalker is just kind of running maybe like a 5-star or 6-star General Skywalker in a Padme team, right? So that's kind of what's there. And then you have Shakti teams. So really the first, few teams up there are really just really representative of gas, right? So, I mean, I'm assuming that... probably by the next time gas comes out, I think that this will be a completely lopsided situation. But if all of you who watch this show know, I personally believe that this is not the meta. Okay? I think that the meta will be Jedi Rey. Yes, you heard it here first. Uh-oh. That's not good. You got... Yeah, we dropped stream there for a second. Uh-oh.
Oh. I thought it was kind of quiet.
Yeah. All right, hopefully this just bounces back here. No. It's staying at 0. It's not good. Okay, we're back.
Yay.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that
and
is.
next time you get mouthy with me, Remount, I'll tear down the whole damn stream.
Just out of curiosity, Ranger, does that stuff ever happen to you?
I don't ever get disconnected like that anymore. Once in a while, though, I know when there's like a packet or something going through the internet where it'll buffer a little bit, but it never goes off anymore. I did have a time period where they were upgrading the internet to what it is now that I would just lose total connection to the internet and stuff. It was pretty bad for a month or two, but since then it's been fantastic. I have to say the internet's been super reliable with Comcast. I'm actually shocked.
I don't know what it could possibly be. I mean, I have a wire connection. It couldn't possibly be.
Sometimes they send a packet through, so what it does is it's doing something to your router and your modem. And I've got the new one, and it just it causes it. Really, what happens in mine is it shoots my uprate to like crazy levels, and my computer it's like, okay, you have the settings on OBS for this. We're not meant for that, so we're having buffering issues.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the internet goes off for a second as it's resetting stuff. So
yeah, sometimes it won't happen. Sometimes for months, and then all of a sudden I get like something like this.
But that's all science stuff, guys. But really, what happened is Remo made me angry, and I had to do what I had to do. So
that's exactly what.
So we were talking about the meta thing. So
going back to what I was saying. Jedi Ray is going to be the meta. Forget about this. Okay, it's going to be Ray. All right, it's going to be a combination of Ray Jedi training, and you heard it here first. Stick Ray. 3 Rays, 1 meta. Okay, I'm telling you. Okay, next month. You guys gonna believe me when the new Ray comes out and her kit is out. She's gonna have 7 Zetas, okay? 7 Zeta abilities.
Okay.
And one of them will be that she breaks out the stick from her back pocket.
That reminds me, Remon, since you said that, I have some submarine screen doors I need to sell you here. Get with me later on. We'll get that hooked up.
It's gonna be Ray, and she's gonna have 7 Zetas. She's gonna be able to go to Relic 16.
Not this stuff again. Oh my God! It is not going to be raised.
She's gonna have 2 relics. Okay, 2 relics.
2 relics.
Double relics. Yeah. Okay. She's gonna be so great. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God! Don't give CG an idea like that. Oh my God!
It's one for each. One for her lightsaber and one for her stick. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. No. Seriously though, I don't know, but I don't imagine that they're gonna release. And this is just my opinion. I don't imagine that they're going to release a hero's journey character that is not going to instantly be a meta character. I can't imagine it. Okay, I can't imagine it. So I mean, I just
start imagining.
I know that you guys believe it's going to be gas, and it very well may be. But I can't imagine that they're going to release a hero's journey character that is just going to be another option for Grand Arena Championships in TW. They're going to make that character. They're going to make that character either rival GAC or be competitive there. It'll
be competitive, but it ain't taking down gas. Sorry, ain't gonna be no 7 Zetas either. Jesus.
They're gonna nerf gas.
Why don't you say a billion jillion Zetas? I mean, get out of here.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see who's right.
We'll
see who's right. But I personally believe
that the quarter might be sucking tits, and they may be like, "Oh my God." So, yeah.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to top 10 squad members. And Ahsoka Tano makes the top 10 squad members at rank 1. Who would have ever thought that Ahsoka Tano would be on this list again?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Again. From 2016, again.
I've been playing this game a long time, brother. Okay? She was on this list before this list existed in my head. Okay? All right. I'll just make a mental note. Before there was SWGOH.gg, there was another website called SWGOH. What was it called? Oh man, it was called. Do you remember Ranger? There was another site.
It wasn't Crouching Rancor. It was something else.
I remember.
There was a site that was before SWGOH.gg, and then SWGOH.gg like took over. But there was another site. It was called like
I think it was called Google Spreadsheet.
no, it was called Cantina, something like SWGOH Cantina.
Oh my gosh,
you're right.
I remember something about that. Yeah.
It was called like Cantina or something like that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I think I was looking at porn then, so yeah, I don't remember this site.
This is back when I used to watch like Jedi Master Alon streams on my phone.
Oh, Jedi Master Elon. God.
Yeah.
Y'all thought y'all well back in the day. That dude spent so much money.
Watching him get haircuts and play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
It was great.
he had a whole video in his bathtub one time. I remember just
Yeah, just watching GW when GW was a nightmare.
He's a funny character, man. But yeah, so basically the top 10 squad members at rank 1, Sith or basically accompanying characters to Sith. The only characters here that really represent, I believe, the meta with GAC and Padme, etc., would be Ahsoka and Jedi Knight Anakin. But even Anakin is used on Sith teams. So, I mean, I would say that, really the first 8 characters are representative, at least, of the Sith meta. So it's still a Revan dominated meta, and we'll have to see if this slowly dissipates over time. But moving along, we will now get to our top 5, and this week we are doing top 5 ships. Yep, it's simple. Top 5 ships. Okay, because
Well, top 5 attacker ships.
Just ships in general.
Yeah, this is the attackers.
right. Well, the attacker version of the ships, the top 5 attacker ships. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
which is it? Is it ships or attacker ships?
it's going to be top 5 attacker ships. Now that I'm thinking about it, because there are ships.
Well, damn it, Rima, make up your mind. I'm getting all confused.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it's top 5 attacker ships. I did ask Maurice for a list of top 5 ships, but now that I'm thinking about the list, there are definitely some ships that would be on this list if it was top 5 overall ships that are not. So it's top 5 attacker ships, and I will fix that thumbnail at some point in my life. But
he's not gonna fix it.
No, it's gonna stay forever. But we haven't done a ship related top 5s in a while. Also, we haven't done a top 5 ships in a while. So we will look at top 5 attacker ships. And who do we have at number 5? Good old Maurice.
Number 5, top 5 ships attacker class is going to be Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron's X-Wing is number 5. Why is Poe Dameron number 5? Because he's super fast and hits super hard and bring him off the bench. He's a one-shot machine against pretty much any ship that will not have protection. You can bring him in. You can even stall for a turn, give him the foresight and turn meter, and let somebody else kind of whittle away the protection to assure that he will one-shot a ship. Very, very good. He's very, very fast. You see here in the picture, mine's Gear 13. I don't have any relics on him, but you can get him lightning fast in any sort of combination between like him and Silencer and maybe even the First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot. All your fast ships, you can kind of get in there and create havoc before the other team even gets a turn. So you can eliminate, maybe a key ship or two. Probably not your Anakins on the negotiator fleets because they get the they get out of jail free card, but a good way to go in there and disrupt stuff. Very, very good attacker. Very, very simple character. I mean, he doesn't have any Zetas. Just pure damage. This ship everybody can have. Poe's easily accessible. This ship is easily accessible. So you can just get right in there and get yourself a high-powered attacking ship.
Science.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, he was nasty. Still one of my favorite ships. I wish I used him more, but
he was probably the best ship when ships came out, in my opinion. Yeah.
I think he was the fastest ship when ships. Yeah. Either him or Fives were up there. They were the 2 fastest ships. So
great reinforcement ability, just really good.
High damage, and his ability to give himself foresight was pretty awesome too. So Poe Dameron number 5. Moving along to our number 4 attacker ship, we have the Phantom 2. Mm-hmm. So the Phantom 2 is probably the best reinforcement ship in the game. Actually, not probably, definitely the best reinforcement ship in the game at the moment.
No, that'd be wrong.
Don't say it.
Stick Ray.
Yes. So who?
Well, if it's not the best, it's definitely up there. It's,
Yes, I will say I will agree with that.
That's one of the reasons it makes this. The reinforcement ability is one of the reasons it probably made the list, but it does. Its special will do significant damage.
Oh, it hurts. It can hit hard.
It's kind of an interesting classification as an attacker. I think it's more of a support ship because it will provide relief for your ghost, give all sorts of buffs,
Taunts.
yes, taunts, there's all sorts of stuff. It's a very versatile ship. Once you get the hang of it, you can kind of bring it in to have it do all sorts of stuff. Definitely bringing it out of reinforcement, but just a good all around ship. Most people have their Phoenix. This isn't a ship that you really need to deck the characters out for. Like everyone has their Phoenix for Thrawn. Sabine could be a bit of a challenge to get, but if you could use your Thrawn level Phoenix character and have a competitive Phantom, just to use it as reserve and get the back-to-back calls for call-ins to complete your 5-ship team. So this is again a ship that you don't need a huge investment. But you'll need a lot of ship Omegas. That's for sure. That this one wiped me out when I did it. But very, very good ship. Again, pretty easy to get. I believe the ship is required for the Chimera. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So there you go. You're gonna if you want the Chimera, you're gonna have to get this ship. It's definitely useful. You don't even have to use it with the MILF and the Akbar fleets. You can throw it in any fleet. They'll call in. The reinforcement ability is still pretty good. So,
Maurice is definitely a Phoenix and Resistance whale for sure. But yeah, no, the Phantom 2 is great. What would you say would be a better reinforcement ship than the Phantom? Because I'd love to hear this.
Cassian's U-Wing.
Okay, I mean that's definitely yeah, you might be
Yeah.
right. Yeah, the only reason I disagree is the reinforcement ability. I do think the reinforcement ability for the Phantom 2 being able to basically bring in Cassian's U-Wing afterwards, right away makes it that's
Cassian's U-Wing will change a fleet battle on a dime. On his reinforcement, automatically will change. Removes all the debuffs, and you can target a ship and blow it out of the sky. There's not a ship that does what Cassian's does. It is that much. That's how deadly that ship is.
Think about
plus
that.
Remove debuffs, plus put ships under stealth and protect them. Can counterattack if it gets hit by a ship and get its protection up. It's a nasty ship. I think it's Phantom. It's really good because you can get that second reinforcement in. It has its moments, but Cassian's for what it does and the call and assist, I mean, it is just a nasty, nasty ship.
Was Cassian's U-Wing a tournament too? I remember Cassian was a
I
tournament.
I don't remember. It's been a long time.
I think it was slated to be a tournament, and then they canceled that tournament.
I
That was
think
the
so.
last.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And then they ended up. I don't think it was a marquee. I feel like that was just like you could buy it for like $50. Like I think they came out with a pack for it.
And then they put in the Cantina store, which was why. But it's funny. The Cassian's U-Wing was for a long time. Nobody really thought it was that good a ship, and until some people got it and started working with it, and they're like, "This shit's pretty stupid good." Like any fleet you can use that ship on, and it really makes a huge difference with that. I mean, be able to remove all the buffs on the team and then pick out a target and call this your best hitter like a Poe or an Anakin or, Millennium Falcon. I mean, that's a nasty combination of stuff that you can use with that. So, yeah.
I happen to have a Zeta on all three of those ship pilots, by the way, too. So,
Cassian, yeah.
oh yeah. All right. That is our number 4 attacker ship. Moving along to our number 3. Who do we have here, Maurice?
Number 3 is going to be Anakin Starfighter.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I'm sure you guys are all quite used to seeing this ship now in the
Oh, yeah.
meta.
That's all I see anymore.
Just, big damage, an AoE that lands healing immunity and buff block. Can spread Valor, spreads target lock, does all sorts of things. It's got a pretty good reinforcement. You call it in. The exposing everybody right before you AoE them, that's a pretty big damage there. So it is kind of squishy. Kind of a hard farm. This, out of the first 3 we've discussed, this one is by far the hardest to acquire. The character is easy, but the ship is on a single hard node in the fleet, so that can take you some time. There's other things in there that you need way more than the Starfighter, but if you guys are ship centric, you know, you can go for it early. It's you can get it on the first. I think it's the first or second table on the fleet nodes. It's been a while.
It's a sucky farm.
Yeah. Very good.
We'll need it for gas.
It's very basic ship, as you can see here. It's just you just need it's just got the 2 abilities and then Anakin's ability, so it's pretty light on the ship Omegas. Reinforcement ability, that's probably some I would take back, some resource I would take back because I'm using my starting lineup now, but goes very well with the negotiator. It will start with the unending loyalty, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Like it starts with it, so it will protect it right out of the gate because that is its glaring weakness, is its squishiness. So you know, it's the same mechanic as the character. You know, I think it's even if they lose the protection too. You know, a couple ways that the ship gets a bonus turn, but unlike the character, it is turn meter based. So you can daze the ship, and it will. That seems to stop the bonus turn. I think I just did air quotes, nobody can see me, but it's just you know, you can take lots of turns. Very very good ship. You guys all know that. It's a meta ship currently. Yep. So.
Oh yeah. All right, that is our number 3 attacker ship. Moving along to our number 2, we have the TIE Silencer.
Oh yes. Now, I like these other ships. Well, I guess Poe, but this ship, if we're just discussing standalone ships, this one is fantastic. Lightning fast, has a stun in his basic, big damage on the special that gives foresight. But unfortunately, this ship doesn't really have the supporting cast as right. Phantom or as the Anakin's ETA2 has. So do keep that in mind when you're looking at this. Like you can get the ship, and it's great because it's on the same node as I believe the character, right? Aren't they on the same node?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you could get the character, which is a very very good character, and the ship all at the same time with the same canteen energy. So that was a gimme. That was kind of a gift from the devs to us. So if you guys don't have this ship, I would definitely take advantage of that node. Very, very good.
That's stupid, hard-hitting ship. Especially, with target lock and you get him going, he'll start one-shotting ships. It's stupid how much he ramps up.
Super squishy.
I've contemplated making a top 5 list of nodes in the game that give you the most value, and I believe that one would be one of the top nodes to farm in the game.
It's hard to argue with everything that's in that node.
Yeah, if I'm done with everything farming, that's the node I go to for getting shards and stuff.
Yeah. As Cubs fan Han said, the TIE Slicer, yes. But this ship, guys, like I said, this is just if we're just looking at the ships individually, this one you could make a case this might even be number 1. Well, no, just kidding. I think it's pretty glaringly obvious what's going to be number 1. But this is it's a very very good ship. It's a plug and play ship too. If you guys, if you're in competitive fleet shards, and everyone's ships, all their pilots are faster, all their ships are faster, you can kind of slot in TIE Silencer in your team to kind of just try to cross your fingers and get a lucky stun off to help you climb. I've done that while transitioning from fleets before, so very very good. And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty key ship at the end of the day once we figure out some negotiator counters that don't include the negotiator or MILF. Kind of using your leftover ships, he's probably going to be a part of it. So. We got the First Order coming. They've mentioned several times we're getting new capital ships, and I think First Order's already got the fleet. I think they've got 4 ships now. They throw in somebody like a Hux or something, and you get a capital ship. We could possibly have a First Order entire fleet soon. So
they've got to throw in that capital ship, the one from the Last Jedi. The what was it called? The Dreadnought, or was it the Dreadnought?
Huh?
What was the name of the capital ship from Star Wars? From Star Wars: The Last Jedi. It was called the Dreadnought.
I think so.
Isn't the Dreadnought Snoke's ship?
No, Snoke's ship is called the. Snoke's ship is too big to be a capital ship in our game. It's called the.
Yeah, look, because we discussed it. The Supremacy.
The Supremacy.
There you go.
Yeah, we discussed that one show. Yeah.
But there was another ship that was kind of like a First Order version of a Star Destroyer, and it was like their most powerful ship, and I think it was called the Dreadnought. Yeah, I mean, but that would be a cool ship. Yeah, I mean, the TIE silencer, I mean, does big damage, and yeah, Poe was trying to take out a dreadnought. That's what it is. It was a dreadnought. So the TIE silencer does a ton damage. Obviously being able to stun with a basic attack is great, and its reinforcement ability is really good. It's a good ship all around. And it definitely, if it's not a ship that you're going to be using in your starting lineup, it's one that you can use after you've set that team on defense to then go in on an attacking mode for, let's say, a TW or something like that and get a win. So where's Snoke, right? We don't know. He was in Star Wars Force Arena already. So, I guess we're a little bit late for the times. But that is the number 2 ship in the top 5 attackers. We're going to go to our number 1 ship, and I think everybody knows, clearly, this is going to be Ahsoka's Starfighter. But in all likelihood, Maurice, what is the number 1 here?
That is Han's Millennium Falcon.
Surprise, surprise.
What a shock. What a shock.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I wanted to be cute, just completely eliminate, just exclude this ship altogether. But that's, people do watch these for information. So, but it's very good. I bet at least 50% of the people watching this stream are using it one way or the other in their either arenas or TW and Grand Arena, if you have the ship. It can be kind of a pain to unlock. You need to farm kind of, a bunch of, I don't want to say insignificant, but the IG-2000 at this point is a pretty terrible ship. We'll have to see how these droid ships play out, and maybe you get some use out of that ship too. But, that and the Xandu Blood. Xandu Blood's a good ship, but it just really doesn't have a place in the current meta that I know of. So if you guys use it, please hit me up and tell me how to use it. But it's a very good ship, Han's Falcon. It's pretty much, it makes itself basically unhittable, untargetable with its special move, and it grants turn meter back to him based on the number of rebel allies. It dispels, does decent damage, and AoE defense penetration up move. It's a very, very, very good ship. We see it every day. Mine's pretty.
I can't imagine that. I can't imagine them coming out with a better ship, right? I mean, what ship is going to trump the Millennium Falcon?
It should be good. Yes, it should be. It should be as good as it is, I guess, because
it's that iconic ship.
It's clearly
it's just so good.
It's clearly the most iconic Star Wars ship. So I can't imagine any other ship coming in, and the only ship that should rival this one is probably Anakin's, right? Because
Luke's X-Wing
or Luke's X-Wing. Yeah, that's another one. Yep. That
But all these mainstay ships have a certain gravitas to the fans and stuff. So the Millennium Falcon, the X-Wing, TIE Fighter, even the Star Destroyers have always been a prominent thing about Star Wars.
Who would be the pilot for Luke's X-Wing? Would it be CLS?
Is that a rhetorical question?
What I'm saying is, would it be CLS, or do you think that that Jedi Luke would have to be the pilot of the
any version of Luke will be just fine.
Yep. Maybe they'll have all of the Lukes.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny. So that way we wouldn't have to choose.
It would have to be CLS and R2 probably. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That's what I think. Do you think we'll get his X-Wing before we get Jedi Luke?
Oh, I don't know. That's good as fine.
I think so.
I don't think we're getting Jedi Luke anytime soon, and it's crazy, But I think they're saving Jedi Luke for the last guy they want to release in this game is Jedi Luke. Yep. So we'll see, and then he'll just dominate the game until it dies. That'll be the end. That'll be the last meta will be Jedi Luke, whenever that happens. But that is our number 1 attacker ship. We do have an honorable mention as usual, and it is Lando's Millennium Falcon.
Oh, back-to-back Millennium Falcons. Oh yeah, this one, much like the Silencer, it really lacks synergy with much. It's kind of a plug and play ship. It is great reinforcement. We talked about Phantom. We had a little debate on the best reinforcements. This one's up there. It's very, very good as like your last reserve on the team.
Yeah, it's just so good.
It has a lot of utility too. This one, much like the Phantom, this one could arguably be a support ship. It comes in, it dispels, it randomly target locks. It just does all sorts of kind of, much like Lando, a gambler just kind of comes in and just does all sorts of random, percentage-based type of moves. Like it has a possibility to do this, has a possibility to do that. And then, of course, the reinforcement, when you bring it in, however many ships you've reinforced, I guess it's either yourself or the enemy, one of the two. However many ships have come in off the bench, that's how many turns it gets to take. So you can just pretty much just clean up any sort of like leftover ships, kind of dispel a taunt, do a little bit of cleansing, get target locks out there, all sorts of mechanics it does. Unfortunately, L3 is very good. Young Lando is kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't suggest young Lando to a new player, right? So I mean, he can be kind of a pain. And you do. This ship is something that you probably need to have at least semi good pilots in it. You can't just throw in a Gear 6 Lando. It's not going to do any damage and be super squishy. So you do want to gear them up, but very, very good.
Excellent.
It's on the same ship note as the young.
Oh yes, that is correct. Yes, so I guess
yes, yeah, because my 1.2 alt just got those two at 7 stars. One of the pilots in that, so.
See, this is a luxury ship, guys. I don't think you might need it for. Did you need it? Did you need cargo ships for an event, or is it just like that?
To get the Millennium Falcon, you need it.
Yeah,
you did need it. Okay. Yeah, so I know you can use it in that smuggler event that comes every couple weeks that you get the ship Omegas in, but I couldn't remember. It's been a while. So all right. So it looks like you'll need this ship too.
And young
Lando, this was a toss up between this and Ahsoka's. Yeah, I couldn't make a decision, so I just went with this one because these are characters we don't really talk much about on the show. So do a little variety.
Yeah, Ahsoka could definitely be here.
Yeah.
I mean, but young Lando's ship is pretty sweet. I mean, I think that they. The thing is also, I mean, L3 is a really good character. I mean, you can't really go wrong with it. However, young Lando himself is kind of probably the most useless character in the game. So, there you go with that. But I mean, that whole prepared team, that's the prepared team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it.
It's an amazing team. I use it on defense all the time. Had a couple of defenses with it today, and you can mix and match some of the stuff. So there's two ways you can go with it. You can go with Kira, L3, Vandor, young Han, young Lando. That's the prepared team. Or you can go with if you say you don't have young Han ready, you can go Kira, L3, Vandor, Stormtrooper, Han, Lando. That's a really great defensive team. Where the other one is you go Kira, Ness, L3, Vandor, and Lando. And Ness getting that prepared. It's nasty. It's a nasty team to have to deal with. I mean, I've had great success. Yeah, do not take it lightly, especially if you put Ness. You see a Ness in there, but if there's a young Lando, a young Han in there, you better be careful because they will start putting out some crazy damage, and you have to not attack that team.
They're not as bad as you think.
No.
The most annoying team to me is that team with Kira and the Vandor Chewie, and that team is really annoying. Yeah.
So if the L3 and Vandor in there, and you put those two attackers in there, I mean, Kira's just there for ships. She doesn't really do much, but Ness, Lando, Han, that kind of combination is it's pretty gruesomely nasty.
By the way, I've been hearing some rumors about the upcoming Star Wars movie, right? And I just want to throw it out there now that if Han Solo does appear in this movie as a Force ghost, that I give up on Star Wars entirely altogether.
Oh my God. I know what rumor you're talking about. Get out of here.
If that happens, I will throw my popcorn directly at the screen.
You will not, because you got Stick Ray. You don't really care that. You got your Stick Ray. You've got what you want. Stop it.
Yeah.
I probably won't do any of the things that I just said, but I will. No. I will want to walk out of the theater. That is such a ridiculous. He cannot come back as a Force ghost. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's not. He should not be able to do that. If he comes back and talks to his son, I'm gonna pass out. All right, I'm gonna pass out.
Are you the type of guy that stands up and like
Christ.
applauds at the end of a movie?
Jesus Christ.
Are you that guy?
Don't, whatever you guys are doing, just don't do that to me, please. Do not let me go in there.
Hey, we're stick right. What the hell kind of bullshit is it?
Just throw all the rules out the window and just make Han a Force ghost. That would be so ridiculous. I mean, I was thinking about it the other day. I mean, that's so upsetting.
He would not be able to obtain it in the first place unless it was some kind of a. I don't know, dream or something, but
then everybody can become a Force ghost. I mean, this is ridiculous. Okay, it's not. It should not happen. He has no Force abilities. Okay,
right.
He's not. He's never been trained. Like not even other Jedi were able to do that in the past. Like like Qui-Gon Jinn learned how to do it and taught Yoda, and then Yoda taught Obi-Wan. And that's how it worked, okay? But before that...
He taught two of his friends and two of his friends and so forth and so on.
Right, but they didn't teach Han. Han gave up on the Force.
All right, calm down, buddy. We got it. All right.
No, it shouldn't
Force
happen.
goes Taun.
You're all fired up.
I just had it on my mind the other day, and I heard it, and I was like sitting. I was like, man. I was like, I swear to Christ, if you do this, okay, I'm gonna be so upset.
Yeah, Avinash says if Leia can fly in space, Han can be a Force ghost.
Oh no!
No. I mean, like Leia can be a Force ghost. That's totally cool, especially since Rey. I mean, it looks like
this has been Rage with Remon and Zom.
Anything is on the table. Anything's possible. But I'm saying, I'm saying that would be complete disregard for anything that's ever happened in Star Wars. I mean, that would be complete disregard for the rules, and I would be upset with that. But anyway, all right, that's our top 5 for the week. Top 5 attacker ships. I hope you liked it. Please do leave us a like on the video. Do hit the subscribe button and that notification bell icon to get notified when we go live. It makes me feel good when I see those likes. But nonetheless, we are going to move along here to some more gameplay, and while we do that, we are going to answer your questions and discuss your topics. So if you guys have any topics you'd like to discuss, this is typically the time where we will discuss any topics you want. We will answer any questions that you have. Please do type them into the chat. If there have been any questions in the chat so far that we haven't answered, be my guest and retype them just in case Maurice didn't get them, and we will discuss them now before we wrap up the show.
Yeah, the only question I really see is, does Cheeky Cutie work at CG? No, she's not. CG is based in Sacramento. Cheeky Cutie is based in New Zealand. So, it'd be a long commute.
That's her base.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we answered that anyway. But I don't. Yeah, if you guys got questions, let them fly here. We don't have too much. Just there's a bunch of Mandalorian chat. I know you guys don't want to talk too much about that.
I don't mind talking Mandalorian. We just really
can't do it. No, don't.
I haven't seen the show myself, but at the same time, I understand.
I know, but yeah, there's a lot of people. And if you want to go and talk the spoilers, and we did a video, but we did a stream about it yesterday. You're more than welcome to go there and spoil everything you want. That's why we did it. That's why it's there. So yeah,
go check out.
Like if they had access to it in other parts of the country, I feel like it's getting to the point now where if you haven't seen it yet, that's kind of on you. This is a Star Wars game, but seeing as they don't have access to it, that's a little different. But it's kind of like if the movie comes out and you guys haven't seen it after 2 or 3 weeks, and you get pissed if somebody spoils it for you. That's don't hang out in Star Wars chat rooms. I don't really understand.
I kind of feel the same way. But I mean, at the same time,
without if he's right. I mean, they don't have access to it. They don't have access to it, and we hope that no one pirates stuff on the internet. Right? No one should download torrents. That's bad.
No, shouldn't do it.
It's bad for you.
Are torrents even still a thing?
Nope. Don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, there's no none of that pirate stuff around here. Nope, move on.
There we go. Question. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
The relations I have.
Oh.
Not really sure what that was in relation to, but...
Well, I mean, it's a question we're always asking ourselves. What about the droid attack on Wookiees?
Oh.
What did the Wookiees do to the droids that instigated this whole gang warfare? That's all I'm saying.
So Blaze asks, what are your guys' thoughts on the light side territory battles delay?
They're trying to make sure it works as best as it can.
Yeah, which is why they have not done a definitive date.
Nope.
That's why there's been some blank spots in the last couple of months of the calendar, so that way they can just put the Dark Side TB in there as a replacement so that people don't get super pissed. They're pissed off enough as it is. So they don't get super, super pissed and saying, well, it was supposed to be out and it's not. So now, because the date's just not locked down, they can pretty much put it out anytime that they want, but they'll leave a space open for it probably each time until they're actually able to fill it.
Well, I know it's disappointing, right? Because we're making new content, but at the same time, use this chance, because this new TB is going to be hard. You're going to be getting less TB, you're going to be getting less currency, so use this time to get your WAT shards, get your currency, because you got to think WAT's now going to be split up. You're only going to have access to WAT once a month now.
Yeah.
So you're going to use it. I mean, it sucks, but at the same time, it will give us one more chance to get WAT shards, to get a little more currency. Because even if it's the same difficulty, there's an element of surprise to the first one, right? It could be the exact same difficulty as the Dark Side. We just don't know what the characters do, the mechanics of the enemies and stuff like that. So,
what if it's not the last time? What if the Dark Side TB comes out again next time, and they don't say anything about it, and then Star Wars comes out and they don't say anything? What if this whole month they're just quiet?
I don't see the harm, and you guys touched on points earlier. But I just don't see the harm in them at least making a post be like, "Light Side TB has been delayed." Like if they did that, then that's on me for not knowing. But like, just come out and tell us.
Yeah, I wouldn't do anything other than just say, "Look, we're still testing. There's some things we're working on. Sorry, we'll get out as soon as we can."
Yeah, and that just relieves a lot of pressure in that sense instead of having us.
No, everyone will be like, "Okay." I mean, there'll be some people like, no.
Well, I don't mind that it's delayed because, there's still a lot of work on the Dark Side tunes that we need for the territory battles.
Yeah.
And to have to try to focus on the light side as well, that's a lot of work. And especially for mid to lower GP people, they're already overwhelmed as it is. Now that, with the light side out, they're going to have to concentrate on that too. So
I always said I'd rather come out late and be ready than come early and be a disaster. So
I'm looking at this is like the first time I used like this dev tracker since they released it. I'm looking for anything on the TB here. What a silly, I don't know. It's cool that you can access this, but I don't really see much difference from the forums on it, really.
Yeah.
But it's cool, I guess. But, at least just come out and give us like a brief, like, hey, we have delayed Light Side Territory Battle because of ABC. We don't need a lengthy description. Just tell us. Okay. Sure. I think that would calm a lot of people down, too. Just the slightest amount of information can go a long way.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Should they rework Hoda to have a lightning attack after The Last Jedi?
No.
Okay, there you go, Anthony Visco. There's your answer. Aberdeen, how much Get 1-2 currency has everybody hoarded at this point?
Oh, none, because I'm trying to get TV, and then I have this thing called gas, and Get One's not being hoarded at all either, so I'm not in a hoard state of mind at the moment.
I'm hoarding for when gas comes back around, so I've got like let's see, we're talking about guild event tokens, right?
Yeah.
I've got 17.7k saved, so I'm just saving it, and I'll hold on to it, and hopefully by the time gas comes out, I'll have like 50k. And I'll be able to just crystal my way through gas in 3 days. And then I'll probably have a 7-star gas around the same time that everybody else does.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how it is, though. I mean, it's unfortunate, but I mean, everybody will probably get like a 7-star gas, and then sometime like a month later, everybody else will get them. And I'll have a ton of currency saved.
Yeah, well, I'm in the same boat as Ranger. I've saved all my get one until about 30,000. I'm starting to buy gas up to 6-star now. I don't know why I was doing it. I did the same thing for negotiate. I saved the currency now until I have enough to complete a star level. If nothing else comes, which it doesn't, I'll just buy it. I know a lot of people are considering going 5-star on both negotiator and malevolence. I'm just going all in on negotiator.
Well, it's either going to be,
I'm going all out on negotiator too. Yeah. You might as well. You're going to need it. You're going to need it possibly for light side, at least for the very, you might have, who knows? They might have you platoon a capital ship or something. Who knows?
I mean, Malevolence might be a great ship, but I don't think the ships that you would use with it are necessarily going to be up to par to the level of the capital ship. So I'm just waiting. If Malevolence is really, really good, after I get 5-star negotiator, I'll save my get, like you're kind of doing go Maurice.
Yeah.
And then if it's not, then I'll start working on Malevolence. But I mean, I'm not gonna, that's the only thing I'll be doing. But get one, brother. Oh my god.
I think what made the decision for me is negotiator ships I have, and anything that comes out with the Malevolence, with the exception of the Geos, are all going to be locked behind some sort of galactic chase. Well, we've already seen it. The Hyena Bomber was a chase.
Yeah.
The Vulture Droid was a marquee pack. That just seems like a big investment on a negotiator I can have now. And I don't know the base stats of Malevolence, but it's highly likely that a 7-star negotiator, even if Malevolence has a higher base speed, I think a 7-star negotiator may be faster than a 5-star Malevolence. So you'll have a little bit of play there. I don't know. I don't know what's the best way to go. I have no idea. We'll see in 8 months from now. What the best strategy is moving forward.
I'm just going to go ahead and finish off negotiator, and then I'll just work on Malevolence. If everybody else has Malevolence, up there further than I do, well, I've got a 7-star negotiator before they do. So
the ships counter each other. I mean, the separatists, at least the ships we have now, are heavily oriented around assisting, and the negotiator has a bunch of days mechanics in it. So and vice versa, the Malevolence kind of counters the negotiator. So they kind of counter each other.
I would also,
so it'll be cool.
I would also wager money that the negotiator is going to be required for Lightside TV and one of the.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if in the future if they there's a mission that I think that requires the Chimera, or they give you the Chimera in that TV mission. I think they give you the Chimera. I wouldn't be shocked if that's replaced with the Malevolence, one day, because that makes more sense, obviously. But we don't have the ship yet. It'll be interesting to see. I know Goodnight Punk from the Shadow Order podcast has enough currency to just whenever Malevolence is released, he can just take it all the way to 7-star. So it'll be interesting to see what it does. It's cool. It's bring a little excitement back to ships. A little variety would be cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Anthony Vesco. 2-part question: where is Padme? Is she safe?
Oh god. It seems in your anger, Lord Vader, you used her as chop suey.
Abner Dude says, Ranger, he doesn't have your Discord contact info. Thanks for the roster review. DSP, this is the last question we have here. The new Journey character has to come soon, right? The characters to farm the old ones were in weekly shipments twice in a row.
At least soon, TM.
Who knows what their reasoning is for the weekly shipments? Yeah, sometimes.
It would be nice if they released another free character in like Galactic War Store or something like that at some point. And that's kind of what I thought they were going to do with this. Like I thought they were going to release a free character, because we're so close. They can't do a marquee because it would take months for the cadence to pass through. So what I'm saying is like, what I thought they would do is release a free character, then make like one, pay-to-play character that you have to have, to get like Rey, and they release that like a couple, maybe like a week or two before the event, and kind of put you in a position where you have to decide, okay, am I going to spend, and get this character to 7 stars to get Rey, and I kind of still think that that's what they're going to do, but I don't know. I mean, because we haven't heard anything, it's kind of. You figure there would be at least some sort of a hint thrown at us at this point before, another Hero's Journey event comes down the pipe. But We'll see. I mean, maybe they'll wait till January.
Anthony Visco just snuck one in here. It says Royal Guard and possibly EP rework on the way.
Possible, but I mean, could be something, could be nothing.
I think a lot depends on the new movie. I think
Yes.
I'm actually more inclined to think they'll just give us an additional version of those characters based on what their roles in the new movie. I know Ranger and Ron are way more in tune of the speculation of what could be coming. I don't really know. I've seen the previews and listened to you guys, so I think we could use another Palpatine, right? Like we got one, so
We got 5 Hans, why not?
I mean, if the trailers indicate what I think they do, it looks like Palpatine is either sitting on some sort of like a mobile throne, or maybe he has some sort of like a robot body. I don't know what they're going to do with that. How they're going to release him, but it looks like he is towering over Rey and walking towards her on some sort of a contraption. So I mean, if any of you played the Battlefront series, you saw that there was like a robot version of Palpatine, like in a droid. If he survived that fall from the shaft, it's very likely that he, kind of like Spider-Legs Darth Maul, has like maybe some sort of a robotic extremity now that's maybe keeping him alive or giving him better mobility. So I think that there's a chance that we could be seeing maybe another entire version of Palpatine in the game at some point, for sure. Yeah. If there was a robot legs Palpatine, he better be in this game. Robot legs Maul should be in this game. I mean, this game was based around the Clone Wars when it first came out. I mean, why do we not have robot legs Maul?
Who knows?
If Royal Guard does get reworked, I would like them to just go ahead and make it pretty, because the Empire faction just as a whole desperately needs a rework. They touched Vader and Palpatine. They haven't. Garth Saxon came out. What a huge flop he was. They could just completely redo him. He's terrible. The Super Commando is bad. The whole thing. Krennic is
garbage.
Very difficult to use in mod. He's a decent character. He's very niche, I guess, if you will.
He's super niche and super bad.
There's not good. Like, I mean, you can run a Palpatine team and you can throw in Tarkin. PFP is a good character, I guess. He's But for the most part, it's such a huge faction, and all those characters, even the troopers to some extent, unless you have God mods on them. I mean, even they're kind of,
Well, like Krennic is he is so squishy.
Yeah.
So squishy. But I'll tell you what, man, if you have him modded right, he hits so hard, he can easily one-shot tunes. But it's just a not good combination that they have him set up with.
Well,
just I don't know. He's an odd character. He's you really have to have really, really good mods to get use out of him. Like he just all of his base stats are pretty atrocious.
Krennic and Death Trooper together should be a no-brainer, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Blaze asks, how likely do you think that Mace Windu will get his long-deserved rework? Do you guys think that they'll rework Mace before they get done with the Clone Wars stuff?
Gotta hope so.
I hope so, yeah. I really do hope so. I'm looking forward to the midriff Mace, yeah.
I will say, if we get the light side TB and we don't get a rework to these characters, they've said that the light side TB is kind of the end of the Clone Wars era for now. So if they don't get reworked, probably within a month or so after the release of that, I don't think it's happening.
I mean, there's quite a few Jedi that could use a rework. I mean, Plo Koon, Eth Koth, etc. But I mean, at least if they were able to do Mace, I would be happy with that. And Mace would have to be super awesome. I mean, he would have to be really awesome. He deserves to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you look at the characters in the game, like the boss characters of all these characters, they're all about the same, right? Like as we have the versions. Like, yeah, they even when they updated Rex and Fives and stuff, that they updated the characters in the light side TB too. So, Mace has got that move where he uses, I guess, instead of the expose now, he puts that, I forget the name of the debuff on you, but if he hits you again, he basically kills you. That would be cool. And it is cleansable, so it's not like super OP, but even that, I mean, let's get real. The random expose that the AI doesn't even target the exposed case. It's just not terrible character. It's just a very, very bad character. I think he gets the most use on a Bastila team is just like a makeshift pre-taunt, just because people have him because of fleet. Like that's where he gets used.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. But,
All right.
That's about it on the questions. Yeah.
All right.
All right, y'all. It's about that time. Yeah, Mace is definitely neglected. I hope they give him some love, and this is that opportunity. I mean, we all thought when they were doing Clone Wars related stuff, this is going to happen. The only other chance we could possibly see would be like maybe around the release of the new series of Clone Wars episodes, maybe next year. We'll see, but only time will tell. Anyway, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. It's been a great stream. We appreciate everybody, kind of chiming in and sharing their thoughts and being active in the chat as always. Really appreciate you guys. But we will be back next Sunday with the Alliance Live Show 119, and hopefully we'll have some news then to discuss. Okay, hopefully we'll have something interesting, maybe some tidbits about this light side TB, maybe some more info on possible upcoming characters in December related to the Rise of Skywalker and the new saga film. We will all see what happens in the coming weeks, but I'm really excited. Nonetheless, it's a great time to be a Star Wars fan. Lots of cool stuff going on. Those of you that haven't seen The Mandalorian, find a way to see it if you can. If not, whenever that time does come, we'll discuss and dive into that at some point. But I appreciate everybody, hanging out. And before we go, Ranger, what's going on with Reality Skewed Gamers this week besides the live show on Wednesday night? Obviously,
A lot of stuff I'm doing. One stream, Jedi Academy. We're the campaign for Star Wars as well. Finn's marble races on Twitch and doing Borderlands 3. I mean, we got a lot of stuff going on. So check it out. And then we're raising money for the ACS.
Okay.
Moving right along.
Yeah, guys, definitely check out the live stream on Wednesday and on Saturday. And if you guys can donate to the ACS, it's much appreciated, of course. And what about Boba's podcast or Boba's Alliance and Avinash? What's going on with you guys?
We'll be recording another podcast this weekend. We try to do it every couple of weeks. I have to figure out what to talk about since there's really no content that's out at this time, but it's mostly in-house, so we kind of help talk about like lower level guilds and mid-level guilds and what to farm and little things like that to help everybody out. So we've got fillers. It's just not too terribly exciting.
Okay. Definitely check that out. So again, links are in the description for Avi and Ranger's channel. And last but most certainly not least, Operation Metaverse goes live on Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. On the Operation Metaverse channel, there's a link in the description for TMoney and good old Maurice's channel. They also put out great content, with lots of great counter teams for gas and other teams as well. What's going on with you guys this week, Maurice?
Tuesday nights, guys. Tuesday nights.
Did I say Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Tuesday nights at 10
No, it's
p.m.
fine. No,
I'm sorry about that.
We got I'm not really sure what we're gonna do. I'm getting very, very close to a pretty good, consistent R7 gas counter. I'm just real hesitant to share stuff like that until I know, like, I've tested it and worked like 30 times in a row. No, it's not secrets. It's just I don't want to, because a lot of times people see videos and they watch them. I don't want to mislead anybody. I want to make sure it works before we really go diving into it.
He's going to trademark it is what he's going to do. Yeah.
Sure you all are aware of one CLS team. Heavily controversial, but there's some others. So we'll see. I'm not sure what we're going to do on the stream Tuesday. I just finished editing a video. It's actually a ship video. So I'm going to send that over to her. We'll probably have that out this week. I actually got a couple ship videos. We might do something with this new BTL wing. We got some footage from that.
The BLT.
The maxed out ones. If you guys are interested in that and kind of seeing if it's worth it, I know there's a guy in the Alliance. His name's Dylar. You can check out his channel. He's got a pretty.
Yeah.
He's done a couple videos now where he's got a 6-star and he's just showing it, just going in kind of blind. Not trying to persuade you one way or the other, just showing you what it does. I found that video pretty helpful. So thanks to him for putting that out. So there's stuff out there, guys. There's lots of stuff on the ships and stuff. So yeah, I'm just rambling on now. Sorry.
No. Definitely check it out. And the reason I mentioned that is Maurice and TMoney do come up with a lot of good, cool counters and videos kind of showing, how you can beat certain teams. So definitely check out their content for sure if you don't already. But nonetheless, we will be back next week. I appreciate everybody very much. Again, many blessings to everybody, and we'll be back on Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern time. But may the force be with you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.